Film and television industry plus acting style variety shows plus no tricks. Why are all male characters in the female lead of a performance variety show? It's okay, the female lead is a sweeping monk in the entertainment industry, she can even act. My mentor is a top-notch ancient costume beauty, sweet from beginning to end. And there is also refined acting and acting. Take acting seriously. Chapter 1. My woman, acting as a stand-in for the male lead. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Today is the day of the completion of the small web drama, The Scholar in Blue Clothes. In the ancient architecture of the film and television city, amidst a pile of photography equipment, there kneels a young man dressed in ancient blue clothes. Light up, kneel a little more to the right. Good. The photographer couldn't help but fiddle with the machine and ask the kneeling boy. Sister, you look good. How could you mix up like this? How about going to the dinner party to grab a character with a name and surname? I have some connections here. Can I help you inquire tonight? Is it a legitimate channel? Gong Shi asked in reverse. Not very serious. Forget it then. Prop brother was munching on melon seeds next to him, and his mouth couldn't stop at all. Don't be so aloof either. I'll get you a women's outfit to try out later. It'll definitely look better than this one. Two clothing assistants also became interested. But she looks really stylish in this men's outfit, a bit like the #1 beauty in ancient costume, Wei Chenyu. Oh my god, I really like Wei Chenyu. When can I join his crew? He's filming top-notch dramas with an S+ rating, so go ahead and cheer. The cameraman laughed, and these girls were daydreaming again. Don't dream, with just our qualifications, this drama is purely for earning wages. I'm too embarrassed to include it in my resume. Isn't that right? Even the male lead in this drama is just a little jerk, and no one knows when he goes public. I thought he was a young master, but seeing him show us so much respect, I guess he's just a working person. Camera brother looks at Gong Shi. Don't kneel down either. In the past, people used to be lazy and just came to cut corners. What are you doing so seriously? Gong Shi remembered, but he also had to listen to his feet. Kneeling was active, while numbness was passive. The clothes she was wearing were so good that she couldn't afford to move them even if they were worn out. Who used to wear such good clothes when performing in a group? It was the same style as the male lead. Thanks to the male lead of this small web drama taking a leave today, Gong Shi was able to get into such a foreign job. Light substitute is a light and shadow substitute, which stands for the actor before shooting, waits for the machine and lighting to be adjusted, and the actor can start shooting directly as soon as they arrive. But 2 hours have passed and the male lead hasn't even been seen yet. Sorry, I'm late. Why are you late for so long today? It said that today is the anniversary. If it's delayed, can you afford the venue fee? Said the director. Gong Shi is very professional and won't turn his head without instructions, unless he can't help it. But the director scolded so badly that even the aunties across the wall had to come over and take a look, making it difficult for Gong Shi not to turn his head. I turned around and was stunned. The male lead wearing the same clothes as her is actually the wealthy second-generation Fan Ruibao in their class. How rich are the second generation? Fan Ruibao's mother spent tens of millions just buying bags. Watching the director scold Fan Ruibao with such ruthlessness, either Fan Ruibao's family went bankrupt, or it was. This director is an artist with a strong temper. Class monitor. Why are you here? Fan Ruibao greeted Gong Shi, the sunshine shining like sunshine roses and grapes. And Gong Shi looked like sun-dried rose raisins. Although they were both wearing emerald green clothes today, Gong Shi had been kneeling in the sun for 2 hours. Raisins were originally not embarrassed to recognize grapes, but since they were recognized, they had to forcefully and brilliantly reply. Hi. Fan Ruibao. Their statement of recognizing their family was heard by the director. Ouch. Our male lead and Guanti are actually in the same class. We shouldn't have been doing group acting together before, would we? You've already mixed up roles, why don't you give your class leader a hand? This director's tone sounds like a thug, definitely not a bully artist. The account also talks like chewing on feces. Don't make things difficult for him. His acting skills. He needs to perform more than 10 times in a scene. If he accidentally gets fired by the production team, there's a chance he'll still be in charge. I don't know why the casting director decided on him. Fan Ruibao probably dug up their ancestral graves, otherwise it would be difficult to explain why these guys bullied someone to this extent. At least it can be confirmed that Fan Ruibao's family must have gone bankrupt, Gong Shi felt. Because only children from poor families like Gong Shi have been bullied like this in the crew. Fan Ruibao remained silent. Under normal circumstances, even Gong Shi would resist. But at this moment, they kicked Fan Ruibao like they kicked cotton. If they offended Fan Ruibao, it was like they didn't offend anyone. Seeing his cowardly appearance in the recording, I guessed it right from the beginning. The male lead is a small actor with no background and plans to make progress. The sky is getting late today, and I estimate you will have to do it countless times. You probably won't be able to kill Qin today. The director reconciled with the recording. Then another day will be added tomorrow. Even if the man is not good at acting, he will be late. A rat's excrement will spoil the whole pot of porridge. It turns out to be this one. Gong Shi had heard a little before that this crew was just a small web drama, and according to theory, it should be completed in 2 months. But the time is delayed, and for each day of delay, an additional day's venue fee will be paid. And venue fees account for the majority of the filming costs for the crew, and are also the easiest place to get kickbacks. What this director is saying to the outside world is that due to the poor acting skills of the male lead, he needs to keep going, which leads to a delay in the progress. But according to Gong Shi's understanding, Fan Ruibao's acting skills are not very poor, so the director dragged the scenes just to get an extra day of kickbacks. Gong Shi's ability to blend in like this is mainly due to her personality. I have a great personality, a natural hero, with moral, benevolent, righteous, and courageous qualities. The most important thing is my strength. Mouse droppings are yours, right? Emotional intelligence can affect the speed of wielding swords, and martial arts in the martial arts world rely solely on speed. That sentence had not yet crossed her mind, but it had already popped out of her mouth. Due to the rapid speed of the knife, the person was still kneeling on the ground. Kneeling and cursing is really impolite. Gong Shimeng stood up, but his legs also had their own temper. I'll show you every minute. I couldn't stand steadily, so I had to casually find a nearby chair to sit down. No one in the crew dares to sit in someone else's chair randomly, otherwise no one will know if they offend. The director's eyes caught fire. That's his dragon chair. He hadn't even gone berserk yet, but the recording first barked. Don't you have long eyes? Anyone dares to sit in a chair, there's no chair you can sit in here. Get up and move. Gong Shi is as motionless as a mountain, she really can't get up. Her makeup today exudes a bit of heroism. With just a little effort, there's a murderous intent in her eyes. Looking more like the main male lead of this drama than Fan Ruibao. You ask yourself, haven't you done anything unethical in private? I know it all like the back of my hand. You. Several people present in an instant were panicked. This woman was as proud as a female eagle, looking down on everything, and came to rectify her discipline when she first appeared today. This female eagle-like woman is probably not an undercover agent sent by the Gold Lord to do auditing, is she? You. What nonsense are you talking about? I've never seen you before. Don't spread rumors there. The director's voice stuttered a bit. Fan Ruibao also widened his eyes in surprise. The strong wind blew and a few grains of sand flew into his eyes. He rubbed his eyes. This action was misunderstood by Gong Shi. "Oh my god, Fan Ruibao is crying, he's so pitiful. Gong Shi is ready to compete with them. You always make the male lead NG just to procrastinate and get more kickbacks. What are you talking nonsense about? Who are you? I have been in your cast several times and everyone knows about this. Harm. It turns out to be a group performance. Get out, get out." The director cursed while forcefully grabbing Gong Shi. "Who dares to touch her?" Everyone looked sideways. It turned out to be Fan Ruibao. How dare this Baozi? What they don't know is that this drama was invested by Fan Ruibao's family, and he is equivalent to fully investing in it. But Fan Ruibao was afraid of being taken care of too much in the production team and unable to hone his acting skills, so he didn't tell anyone and ended up being calculated. A few days ago, he was still saddened by his constant lack of performance, suspecting that his acting skills were really poor. Now Fan Ruibao finally became angry. He fiercely picked up his phone and made a video call. "Mom, they bully me." Chapter 2. Big Stars, Live. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ah. Who? Who dares to bully my son? Just the people on the set, let's see. Fan Ruibao raised his phone and turned the screen towards the crowd. The director recognized Ms. Fan and was so scared that her legs trembled. What they were bullying was actually the son of a wealthy tycoon. "Mom, today you have someone check all the accounts of the crew first, and I will tell you all the details later." The director really collapsed, and the dragon chair didn't sit anymore. He just sat down on the ground. Gong Shi didn't expect to have this reversal, and the wealthy group won a big score this time. Fan Ruibao walked towards Gong Shi. "Thank you, class monitor. If it weren't for you, I would still be in the dark." "You're welcome, how do you plan to thank me?" Fan Ruibao thought for a moment and realized that although his family had money, they were completely outsiders in the film and television industry. Gong Shi was the top student in their major, and following him had no future in small web dramas. He carefully looked at Gong Shi's attire, as if he had thought of something. "That's right. There's a great opportunity right now." But with Gong Shi's character, telling her the truth directly means she won't do it, so she has to be deceived. "Class monitor, can you do me a favor tomorrow? Don't you want to thank me? Why do you still ask me for help? Tomorrow, please ask the class monitor to be my substitute again, please, but I still have work to do tomorrow." Even though Fan Ruibao used a pincer sound, Gong Shi's determination was as firm as a diamond. "Work must come first." "What job?" asked Fan Ruibao. "I finally snatched the group performance job from Zhang Kuntu in the early hours of this morning." Fan Ruibao didn't expect Gong Shi to be so involved that she had to rely on snatching even when performing in a group, so he had to help her. "How much do you pay for that group's performance per day?" "I'll give you 3 times as much, and you'll be my double." "This is not a matter of money, it's mainly about credit. I have already agreed with Zhang Kuntu. 10 times. Wait for me, I'll go to the next door and talk to Zhang Kuntu. He happened to be here today to take care of people." After Gong Shi finished speaking, he went to Zhang Kuntu's set. The scenes here were being arranged, and Zhang Kuntu was chatting with people on the side. Seeing Gong Shi coming, he had a serious and ominous expression on his face. She pulled Gong Shi to the corner, afraid that more people would find him. "What you did just now has spread all over the place." Zhang Kun's head was a bit angry. "What good thing is that? You're still pretending to be garlic. Do you know how many people you've offended? Don't mess around in this film and television city in the future, no one dares to use you." Zhang Kuntu made the situation very serious, and it was only then that Gong Shi realized that she had offended the wrong people, but she really couldn't stand the faces of those people at that time. "It's them who did the wrong thing, why can't I get by? How naive are you? Eating kickbacks is such a normal thing. Breaking people's financial ties is equivalent to killing parents. Also, what are you doing with me? Tomorrow. Before Gong Shi could finish speaking, Zhang Kuntu interrupted her and said first. You don't need to come tomorrow. Don't take on any work with me from now on. I can't afford your bodhisattva line. Anyway, I also came to take a leave. Since the results are the same, there's nothing else to say. Why don't we do a double for Fan Ruibao tomorrow? The next afternoon. A white business car is parked at the entrance of the ancient building block of the film and television city. Wei Qinyu is studying today's program process in the car. He is participating in a variety show called Let's Shoot. Ancient costume drama, and today he needs to gather a group of performance trainees. In order to demonstrate the fairness of the program team to the audience, this program is live broadcast. The live broadcast will be held in the antique neighborhood of the film and television city, and it is said that there will be tourists. How can I get off here? Wei Qinyu expressed confusion when he saw the filming location. When you came out of the makeup hotel just now, you saw that there were a bunch of fans and photographers gathered around the door, almost squeezing me into the car. This time it was still a live broadcast, and I knew exactly where I was. What should I do if I cause chaos? Wei Qinyu's executive agent Xiaoyi explained. Isn't this for the sake of heat? Also, Wei Qinyu, was your mouth borrowed? Saying so much in one breath is in a hurry to return it. Wei Qinyu is speechless. Who asked you to arrange such a program for me? I finally had a break, and then you brought me back to the film and television city. How many days a year can I leave here? It will burn high incense. Mr. Wang arranged it, what can I do? Even if it's just a show, it's still cheating and even setting up internal quotas. Is this fair? Don't say so much, too much is too much. You'd better take a look at the process card. After reading through the process, Wei Qinyu was afraid of forgetting and memorized it in his heart again. For a professional and popular male actor, it is not difficult to remember this content. He got off the car to search for 5 people, who were selected by the production team as performance trainees. One of them is a man wearing white historical attire, standing 1.75 meters tall and delicate. Wei Qinyu is wearing black historical attire today, standing 1.87 meters tall. The live broadcast started from inside the car. Wei Qinyu was facing the camera and reading a set of process cards publicly released by the production team. Today, each guest needs to find 5 good talents who love performing. 2. Bring the good seedlings back to the actor training base. Outside the window is the entrance to the antique block of the film and television city, where the car has been parked all along. However, Wei Qinyu still needs to install it. Arrived, right. Get off the car. The weather is still sunny today. On the second floor of Wei Jin Feng restaurant in the film and television city. Gong Shi, dressed in white historical attire, is making a video call with Fan Ruibao. Fan Ruibao, why haven't you come over yet? Oh my goodness, class monitor, you look exactly like a man today. I almost didn't recognize you, you have amazing makeup skills. Gong Shi got up early this morning to put on makeup. In order to become a substitute for Fan Ruibao, she had to first turn herself into a man. Fortunately, Fan Ruibao has a neutral appearance and a smoother and whiter facial shape than most men. Gong Shi strengthened the contour shadows on her face, appearing angular and changing her eye shape to be even more slender. After drawing sword eyebrows, she exuded a strong sense of heroism. Today's outfit is mainly to help Fan Ruibao complete a fight scene on a variety show, which is all she knows. Class monitor, have you remembered that martial arts move? Proficient now. That's good, wait a little longer, I'll be there soon. Gong Shi hung up the phone and felt a bit sleepy, ready to squint for a while. Immediately awakened by an uncle's voice. Excuse me. Are you the celebrity invited by the program team? You look like the boss here in this outfit. No, I'm waiting for my friend here, Gongshi replied. The boss's face changed. Customer, it's okay not to order tea. Do you still want to stay here and watch the big stars? Who are you looking at? Wei Chinyu. Wei Chinyu probably doesn't know, big star. The boss impatiently said, hurry up, we need to clear the scene now. But my friend posted me a location saying he's waiting for him here. You star chasers, the news is quite good. I remember, you're just calling it illegitimate food, right? If you don't leave, I'll call security. There was a scream downstairs, and Gongshi looked curiously down. The crowded crowd was stopped by bodyguards on both sides, and in the middle of the street, a man in black costume was walking. His every move and gesture brought an atmosphere, and he could instantly drag people into the world of costume dramas. Is it really Wei Chinyu? Although Gongshi has been working hard in the film and television city for 2 years, she has never seen a real person at the level of Wei Chinyu. Wei Chinyu really walked this way. The boss was so anxious that he went crazy. Hurry up. If you don't clean up, you'll have to deduct your salary. Take this white-clothed person out and hand it over to the security guard. A few buddies rushed up and grabbed Gongshi as soon as they heard that they wanted to deduct money, and then took him downstairs. You need to throw Wei Chinyu out before she comes in. Gongshi was fiercely thrown out of the store like this. Fortunately, I accidentally bumped into someone, otherwise I would have fallen to the ground. This person is a bit tall, even Gongshi, who is 1.75 meters tall, can hit his chest. Looking at the desperate expressions on the boss and colleagues, she probably just happened to bump into Wei Chinyu. Chapter 3. Let me test you. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 4. Surprisingly, it's a woman. You are listening at novel full.audio. But Gongshi is an extremely responsible person, still thinking about the work arranged by Fan Ruibao for him. Didi, Fan Ruibao has sent a message. I'm stuck in traffic and can't come today. If you have something to do, go ahead and take care of yourself. What the hell is this kid doing? The opportunity is right in front of you, if you don't seize it, you'll be sorry for yourself. Without hesitation, Gongshi replied to Wei Chinyu. I am willing. Then I invite you now to join our Let's Start Shooting Ancient Costume Drama Performance Training Camp. The cameraman next to him waved to Wei Chinyu and then covered the camera, signaling that his live broadcast would be temporarily suspended. The live broadcast room is currently playing live broadcasts from other groups. Wei Chinyu breathed a sigh of relief. Before he arrived here, he had already sent invitation cards to the other 4 contestants. He said to Gongshi, "You come with us now, we need to go to the next location." He looked at the door and turned his head to ask Gongshi, "Do you know any small paths here? There are too many people outside, squeezing them out would be too time-consuming." Gongshi usually travels around to take on work and knows the terrain as well as Wei Chinyu and a few staff members before setting off. Passing through various paths, she was thinking that Wei Chinyu probably didn't expect there to be such a rundown place in the film and television city. His starting point is relatively high. He graduated from the film academy, and even the little supporting role who appeared as a debut actor is also in the platform rating S+ Xianxia drama. This person probably hasn't experienced much hardship. Gongshi pondered while leading the way, with Wei Chinyu following closely behind. The alley was very narrow, and she came to a T-shaped intersection. Suddenly stopped. Wei Chinyu didn't react and bumped Gongshi into his arms. This zero-distance contact Gongshi remembered yesterday when he knelt on the ground and heard others talking about Wei Chinyu, the first handsome man in ancient costume. He felt that Wei Chinyu was like a celestial being, ethereal and elusive. Today we have a full sense of reality. Wei Chenyu had no idea that Gong Shi was a girl, but he apologized and also helped her cut her hair. Gong Shi blushed a bit. She couldn't bear being too close to the handsome guy, so she had to grit her teeth and continue leading the way. On the left is the street that the crew often rents, and on the right is the tourist street. Let's take the left side. This is a street with a corner, where some group performers dressed in ancient costumes take walks back and forth, with all the props and facilities, which is a situation in which filming is underway. In the corner, the director and group lead Zhang Kuntu were sitting together, and two handsome faces appeared on the monitor. Oh my, Zhang Kuntu, did you choose a high-quality group performance today? That's right, this is Director Zhao's first A-level online drama on the platform. I have specifically selected the best batch in my hands for you. But this is also too beautiful, it looks better than their lead actors. Why does this look like that person, the first ancient costume beauty? Wei Chenyu. Which big star is next to him? I'll go, it's actually Gong Shi. Zhang Kuntu didn't dare to speak up when he saw it. The person who was fired by him yesterday is now mixed up with a big star. Quickly, Gong Shi and his team safely arrived at the second live broadcast location, and this time all participating players and mentors were required to be present. The live broadcast here hasn't started yet. Gong Shi found a place to rest first, and Wei Chenyu went to do some makeup. She was starting to feel relaxed now, and suddenly remembered that there was something very important that she hadn't told everyone yet. She is actually a woman. But now there are no people I know around, so I can't tell the camera guy. I just ran over and sweated a little. She's also taking off her makeup a bit now. Since she no longer had to be Fan Ruibao's substitute, Gong Shi decided to go to the restroom to remove her makeup. At the live broadcast, the other guests and contestants of the costume drama, Let's Start Filming, have arrived and the live broadcast has begun. The producer and main mentor of this variety show is the owner of a well-known film and television company. Due to his exceptional acting skills, he has a unique presence in the industry and entertainment industry, and his name is Wang Jingxiu. Wang Jingxiu led the way. I have been in this industry for 15 years, filming 40 shows, and when it comes to costume, the first thing that comes to everyone's mind is me. There was a resolute and confident light in his eyes, and his tone was neither urgent nor slow. Many people say that Wang Jingxiu has made many people famous, such as Guimi, Zhao Xiaoying, Gongsun Xiaoming, and so on, as well as the new top-tier Wei Chenyu. However, I think it's not that I made them famous, but more importantly, I discovered them. The contestants in the waiting area were very encouraged to hear this. I think I have been very lucky these past few years, and I have hardly ever looked around, so I want to give this luck to young newcomers. Next, you will witness the birth of the new star acting school in costume dramas. After Wang Jingxiu's speech, he slowly returned to his seat with a smile on his face, but it always made people feel uncomfortable. The host then announced the rules. We will divide the performance trainees into male and female groups. Each person blindly draws a script from the script box of the male or female groups and performs it. We have 4 mentors, and each mentor auditioned 5 people today. After performing the preliminary segment today, one of the 5 mentors will definitely be eliminated. The remaining 16 people will officially enter the training camp for Let's Start Shooting. Ancient costume drama. At this point, the contestants have already taken their respective positions. Wait, why are there only 19 people and one more? Wei Chenyu carefully counted the few people he had retrieved from the street today, except for the man in white who left the deepest impression. A familiar figure flashed past, and the man in white arrived. Although still dressed in the same outfit, who is this person in front of me with a dusty appearance, soft eyebrows and eyes, fresh and refined like the person in the painting? This is not a man in white, this is a fairy in white. Sorry, I just used the restroom, Gong Shi explained in her own voice. She still holds an invitation card in her hand, which fully proves that she is one of the contestants. Bullet chat, this. Is this the white-clad young man selected by Wei Chinyu just now? Vocal. It's actually a woman. She's so beautiful, she's actually a woman. I broke up in love at the speed of light, why did she even have a different voice? Why did she pretend to be a man just now? I finally met someone who was handsome but not oily. Wei Chinyu's garbage is indistinguishable between men and women. Why are you scolding my husband? It's none of his business, so many people haven't recognized him. Wei Chinyu recognized the invitation card, which was the color of his team. It's obvious that he found the wrong person. The production team asked him to find a man, but the one he brought in was a woman. But this is a live broadcast, we can only force her to participate, maybe she will be eliminated later. According to gender, Gong Shi went to the female character script box and found it empty. The host cleared the way. I'm sorry, these 2 script boxes were just prepared and were divided into 10 parts based on the gender of the 20 contestants present today. Perhaps they made a mistake in their statistics just now. How about you go to the male character's place to get it, how to play a male character. This is not a proper cannon fodder, it's about to be eliminated. It's a bit too bullying. The host watched as Gong Shi remained motionless and advised him. Should that be your last chance, or should you decide to withdraw from the competition now? Chapter 5. Refinement of Drama, Acting as a Person, I Serve. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gong Shi had no choice but to walk towards the male character script box and extract the last script from it. This is a martial arts scene, without a single line, with all the martial arts actions throughout. Can both men and women perform this? On Gong Shi's side, the production team arranged for a martial arts instructor to demonstrate her movements. After fighting with Wu Ji once, she actually learned it. Because this martial arts routine was the one that Fan Ruibao passed on to her last night and asked her to practice overnight. Fan Ruibao asked Gong Shi to help him become a martial arts substitute on the program the next day. He probably meant this program. Gong Shi suddenly realized that I had become a substitute for Fan Ruibao. Not only did he replace martial arts, but he also replaced Fan Ruibao as a whole. The exam soon turned to Gong Shi. The acting examination room is set up in a common martial arts arena in ancient dramas, with open surroundings. Gong Shi appeared in white clothes. She remained calm and composed, holding a sword in her right hand with her back behind her, and pinching the sword technique in her left hand. A beautiful sword flower. Her martial arts movements are not sloppy, fast and smooth, full of power and beauty. Every movement is incredibly smooth, like ripples of water, coherent yet swift. I can't even tell it's just half an hour of practice. After all. In fact, she practiced all night. Producer Wang Jingxiu couldn't sit still, such a good seedling has been buried in the soil before. In Wang Jingxiu's career, as a producer, he specialized in costume dramas, and there was inevitably a scheduling of fighting scenes in costume dramas. Wang Jingxiu couldn't help but feel a headache as he recalled all the past experiences. Among all the actors he has chosen, only Wei Chinyu doesn't bother him with acting. The fighting scene performed by Gong Shi is a classic scene of Murong Shui Tian, played by Wei Chinyu. At this moment, the live broadcast naturally switched to Shui Tian Zhuan. In the same sword dance scene of Wei Chinyu, every move is flawless, and every move and style outlines an intoxicating and elegant curve. Compared to the scene of Gong Shi playing in the live broadcast, the shots in Shui Tian Zhuan pay more attention to the beauty of the picture, and the filter atmosphere is classical martial arts style. The villain was brutally beaten by Wei Chinyu, the audience in front of the screen is being severely attacked by Wei Chinyu's beauty. Too handsome, ah 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 ah. No one can shake the position of the white moonlight, crying loudly the moment he turned around, my heart paused. Murong Shui Tian can make Wei Chinyu walk horizontally for a lifetime, no joke. Wang Jingxiu quickly sent a message to the company's operations director while cutting the screen during the live broadcast. Hello. Immediately, the following titles are trending topics for buying. Hashtag Wang Jingshu, it's not me who brought fire to them. Hashtag who is still reminiscing about Shui Tianjuan. Hashtag let's start filming the historical drama. The Dark Curtain. Hashtag netizens encounter Wei Qinyu. Hashtag Wei Qinyu appears on the small web drama crew. Hashtag degradation of Wei Qinyu resources. Hashtag Wang Jingshu truly deserves to be the king of drama. He insisted on stirring up the muddy waters in the entertainment industry, not only stirring up, but also crazily stirring up. Where there is controversy, there is public opinion, and black and red are also red. For the sake of program popularity, even if he gets scolded or spreads rumors about Wei Qinyu, he can still do it. As for the white-clothed guy who really brought heat to the live broadcast room, he didn't forget it, but he is currently unclear about his background, which company he belongs to, and doesn't want to give someone a promotion fee for nothing. After much thought, he decided to make the most of the resources and added another note. Hashtag Wei Qinyu looked around. Hashtag under this hot search, public opinion will naturally argue, ultimately pointing to deepening the impression of the program. Wang Jingshu couldn't help but admire himself as a marketing genius. On the other hand, the directing team is still in a state of uncertainty. They finally discovered that Wei Qinyu had found the wrong person. The white-clad athlete they were originally looking for was Fan Ruibao. One of the sponsors of this program is Fan Group, which is owned by Fan Ruibao's family. A portion of the advertising fee has been collected in advance, and the invoice has been provided. But now that Fan Ruibao has not been able to enter the program, how can the terms signed in the contract be counted? How about eliminating this white-clothed person directly and adding Fan Ruibao later? Let her in, she must. A calm female voice appeared next to her. The chief director, upon hearing this calm tone, thought that some leader had come. Turning around, it turned out to be director intern Xiao Zhang. No, as an intern, you said, let's get in, and you'll take responsibility for the consequences. It's not that I said I let her in, director. Look at the online marketing accounts independently set voting, her vote count is far ahead. If she can't make it, then it's definitely our program team's fraud. After giving an example, Xiao Zhang added, as viewers, we hate the show team's fake work the most. Everyone present believed that Xiao Zhang was indeed right and remained silent for a moment. People in the entertainment industry love freedom the most, and no one wants to be someone else's puppet. The on-site supervisor voted to announce the score, and the 4 individuals with the lowest score will withdraw from the program. Gong Shi successfully entered the performance training camp, feeling like she was dreaming. She thought the path of acting was coming to an end, but she didn't expect to come back to life. Let's start filming. All trainees and mentors of the costume drama will be staying at the performance training base together. The live broadcast ended, and Gong Shi filled out her own information and signed the necessary confidentiality contract. Next, she needs to go back and pack her things. Looking back at what happened today, Gong Shi lay in bed and sent a message to Fan Ruibao. Fan Ruibao, thank you. Fan Ruibao returned an emoji with his tongue sticking out and making a funny face. He then sent another shush emoji, indicating that Gong Shi should not reveal the truth. The reason why Fan Ruibao chose to keep it from Gong Shi is because, based on his understanding, if he directly revealed the truth, Gong Shi would definitely not agree. After all, this is a rare opportunity for both of them. Gong Shi turned off the screen and prepared to take a break. She glanced at the notification bar and saw a push from a few hours ago. Come and take a look at the hot search, hashtag Wei Qinyu has taken a look hashtag. It's hard not to click in and see. Gong Shi never expected that the person Wei Qinyu had overlooked was actually herself in the real-time information flow. There is a lot of noise. Hashtag Wei Qinyu has taken a wrong look hashtag who is a good person in the family. Women's clothing men, intentionally playing with us Wei Qinyu. At Wei Qinyu, hashtag Wei Qinyu has taken a wrong look hashtag no ordinary person dares to come and rub against us. Is the down jacket the illusion that the Buddha usually gives you? Hashtag Weichenyu has taken a wrong look. Hashtag I don't understand. The world is bumpy, and even scammers can advance. It's just that my family, Mayu, is simple and easy to bully. The production team can offer him a sacrifice alone. At Weichenyu, looking forward to Weichenyu's new drama, Mysterious Alliance and Dao Yuan, hashtag Weichenyu Gumengji, hashtag Little Tail, good guy. Gong Shi didn't expect that she had been scolded for several hours already. Next, another message was refreshed. Hashtag Weichenyu has taken a wrong look. Hashtag by Black Hot search for Mayu in our home again. Wang Jingxiu, you died suddenly. At Wang Jingxiu came out to suffer death. It turns out that netizens never let anyone go. Everyone is being scolded fairly, so it doesn't matter. She scanned the hot search list and clicked on a positive hot search. Hashtag who is still reminiscing about Shui Tianzhuan. Hashtag, oh my god, I really like the scene of a beautiful woman in white. I edited her in the original footage from Water and Sky together. Friends who like it, just take a look. Hashtag who still misses Water and Sky. Hashtag ancient costume beauty mixed cutting. Hashtag equals. Play button. Equals. Chapter 6. Graduated from Nanshi Iron and Steel University. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Gong Shi clicked to open the video editing. The blogger paired a song called Green Smoke and Sword Rain as background music, a divine song from the ancient martial arts genre, which not only has a sense of martial arts but also carries a touch of beauty, strength, and tragedy. She also deliberately enlarged the screen and made a few slow-motion close-up shots for Gong Shi, adding atmosphere filters to the entire film, and doing excellent dynamic layout for the lyrics. This is a great god. This editing level seems like Gong Shi and Weichenyu really played the same play. Gong Shi looked back and forth several times and inertia forwarded it. The Gong Shi account is just a single player, with a random profile picture and name during registration. The user is 882.122.2426, like a network 3 no machine navy. User 882.122.2426 couldn't help but comment. Top those who don't know think the blogger bought water. User 882.122.2426 and a top-tier male actor with tens of millions of fans in a video are surprisingly harmonious. This is the longest performance in the audience's visible field of view after Gong Shi graduated. Although she graduated from the performance department, her graduation school is not a professional performance school, but a comprehensive university. After graduation, she signed with a brokerage company and was completely deceived. After finally getting rid of the garbage brokerage company, Gong Shi felt that relying on people was better than relying on himself, and embarked on the day of running his own group. But in the absence of any interpersonal relationships, it was actually difficult to even enter the industry. Among her classmates, most of them changed careers, and except for Fan Ruibao, others were in a similar situation as her, making it difficult for them to secure themselves. Gong Shi didn't want to give up, so she rented a room in the film and television city, joined a group performance guild, and relied on some scattered group information to run around in groups. She had done all the special assignments, prospects, group performances, voice acting, and stunt doubles. Just be able to film. The next day. The trainees are staying at the training base, which is located in a large courtyard next to the film and television city. The courtyard has flowers, grass, a small lake, accommodations of different specifications, and various multifunctional halls. The recording and live streaming have not yet started. There are currently 16 trainees, and the original arrangement was for 8 males and 8 females. The male and female dormitories are not located together, and each dormitory is equipped with 4 bedrooms. Due to Gong Shi's sudden gender change, she now has 7 males and 9 females. This means that one of the girls' dormitories needs to add one more person, making it a room for 3 people. Gong Shi appeared in the hall with a 20-inch suitcase, and in front of him was a pretty girl with almost no makeup and a ponytail tied. This girl has an excellent physique, with a straight back and a ballet dancer-like demeanor. The ballet girl had a sweet smile and politely spoke up first. Hello, my name is Lu Xiaolei, and I am a sophomore student at the Beijing Theatre Academy. After speaking, she generously extended her hand and took the initiative to shake hands with Gong Shi. Gong Shi also took the opportunity to introduce himself. Hello, my name is Gong Shi. May I ask what school you are from? Lu Xiaolei looked curious and really wanted to know. Nanshi Iron and Steel University has graduated for 2 years. Oh. Lu Xiaolei's voice is very sweet. She is half a head shorter than Gong Shi, with no sharp edges all over her body, a small skeleton, and particularly soft flesh. In addition, the background of the North City Theatre Academy. This type of female lead will be the favorite choice for idol dramas as soon as she debuts. What Gong Shi is more concerned about now is that Lu Xiaolei actually has 4 28-inch suitcases, which is equivalent to moving for Gong Shi. No wonder she's waiting here, because the bedroom is on the 2nd floor. Gong Shi belongs to the category of people who have a job in their eyes. She took the initiative to say, "Let me help you take it up together." Great, thank you. I walked 3 times in total and finally moved my luggage to the 2nd floor staircase. I only realized upstairs that they were not the first to arrive, but the last to arrive. The current situation is that each of the 3 dormitories has 2 people occupied, and the remaining room 1 has 1 person occupied. You go live. Gong Shi and Lu Xiaolei surprisingly spoke in unison. Lu Xiaolei is very sorry. Thank you, you were supposed to arrive first, that's why you helped me move my suitcase. The person in room 1 interrupted the conversation with a loud voice. Lu Xiaolei. Yan Fei. Oh my God, how did you come? I saw you pass yesterday and wanted to live with you. I just delayed for a moment. Lu Xiaolei and Yan Fei, who had already checked into room 1, hugged each other. The 2 of them look a bit familiar, but not much. Yan Fei has a strong aura and exudes confidence in her behavior. She even leaned against Lu Xiaolei and shifted her gaze to Gong Shi, introducing herself. Hello, my name is Yan Fei and I come from Beishir Drama Academy. I am classmates with Lu Xiaolei. Hello, my name is Gong Shi. May I ask which school you are from? Nanshi Iron and Steel University. Oh. I'm sorry about this, but I have to apologize to you first. The remaining bed in room 1 was reserved for Lu Xiaolei. Both of us are from the North City Theatre Academy, so there's no room for you in room 1 anymore. Lu Xiaolei wanted to say something, but she didn't say it in the end. Hello Gong Shi. A head popped out of the innermost room 4, greeting Gong Shi. At first glance, Gong Shi feels a bit familiar. This is Mu Yalian, a contracted actor under Wang Jingshu Company. She has acted as several female supporting role in TV dramas produced by Wang Jingshu. Although they are all supporting role, Wang Jingshu has added a lot of plays to her compared with the original book, and has spared no effort to let the writer enrich the growth line of Mu Yalian's role. Sometimes she has more roles in an episode than the main character. But because the layout starts from the outline, the audience won't feel abrupt. So Gong Shi was deeply impressed by Mu Yalian because she brushes her face too much. Mu Yalian is an absolute royal family in this program. She walked towards Gong Shi, her posture relaxed, making people feel that this is her home. She looked at Lu Xiaolei's pile of luggage and smiled with interest. Oh, so many. How long are you planning to stay? If it's eliminated tomorrow and you move back, how troublesome it would be. Mu Yalian didn't need a knife to kill, and Lu Xiaolei suddenly felt extremely embarrassed because she couldn't predict whether she would be eliminated in the future. After all, this spot was won by her from school, and she didn't have any background. Yan Fei's aura just now seemed to disappear. Faced with Lu Xiaolei's humiliation, she had no intention of rescuing her, so she went back to her bedroom on her own. Lu Xiaolei was disheartened as she moved her luggage into the bedroom. She really couldn't see any work in her eyes. She had no use for her brain and started helping Lu Xiaolei carry her luggage again. Muya fell in love and grabbed Shi, inviting him to say, "Come and stay in our bedroom. You can sleep next to me tonight. You were originally the extra one, so let them arrange a big bed for you in the future. Don't worry, I must have a way." Although the production team did not specify who was the extra person. But everyone unanimously assumes that Shi is the extra one. But Shi didn't care, as long as there was a place to live, what else did he pay attention to? Line. Chapter 7. Clothed Beasts on the Work Show. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The film and television city is located in a suburban town of a small southern city, with a luxurious antique architectural complex. It is a well-established film and television industry base that has driven the housing prices of an entire area with its own efforts. Top-tier celebrities are filming here, and most of them rent in improved neighborhoods like Nanjiang No. 1. Let's start filming. The costume drama actually booked an entire courtyard, which is equivalent to burning a lot of money every day. After settling down, the trainees quickly gathered at the designated location in the courtyard. They each wear their own clothes. Live streaming real-time activation. After all this promotion, is this all? Not even one shed will be built. Outdoor, what the hell is going on? Military training. Where's Wei Chenyu? I want to see my family's Wei Chenyu. It's Wang Zhengxiu, the actor again. Why is there so much acting for him? He's the only one here, and what about the other guests? Wachu, why are they dressed in such a mess? The styles of this team include the minimalist style of the Film Academy, a pair of 7,000 high luxury socks, a rock kid, a suit thug, a cold Taoist priest, men and women love beans, sports suits. And the anime in wearing painful clothes. 2 cartoon characters are printed on the anime T-shirt, and the bullet screen is crazy. Do you like this? I think he can get out of here now. Let's eliminate him today, something of no quality. You don't care what others like to eat, this is an official genuine product, don't hold it back. Anchor, please give this handsome guy wearing a cartoon T-shirt a code. Wang Zhengxiu considered the copyright issue and believed that it was better to do less than to do more. He next announced. Although time is precious, it is essential to lay a solid foundation for good acting. The largest group of actors in a play is not supporting role, not special actors, but mass actors. Everyone nodded in agreement. Wang Zhengxiu continued. So, my first task for you is to be a group performer. Everyone was in an uproar. Isn't it true? I have already starred in web dramas, and I still want to be a group actor. The suit thug couldn't help but speak up. Although group acting is not easy, why do I have to act as a background board after studying so many acting courses, said a minimalist man with an academic style. What's wrong with group acting? Is it difficult for us, and are there people who don't even know how to do group acting? Yan Fei also spoke up. Wang Zhengxiu had a, "I knew you would do this," expression. He was quite proud of his plan and confidently said. You really can't be a group performer. Ah. Do you have a group performance certificate? Wang Zhengxiu asked them. No. Gong Shi, wearing a retro green sports suit, raised her hand. I have the group performance certificate, I have it. Wang Zhengxiu looked into the team and it was her again, it was really interesting. Then you also have to follow. The team took a bus to the Film and Television Base Group Performance Guild. The guild goes deep into the masses and its address is at the entrance of the community street. The entrance is the service window, and the entire hall has the most common street office simple decoration style, with some signs and promotional slogans hanging on the walls. The suit thug Bo Siming walked here, as if he had gone to the wrong set. Caught the smile of Zhao Yifan, a minimalist man with a college style. Zhao Yifan joked. Mr. Bo, Mrs. Bo hasn't been home for 3 days. How could you still have the thought to travel to our realistic themes and act as a group performer? Zhao Yifan is a senior student of Beishar Theatre College, with excellent grades. He has played a supporting role in a realistic theme, and that play won a prize. He doesn't like the small web dramas played by Bo Siming. Even the male protagonist he plays, in his mind, only realistic themed dramas can be considered art. Zhao Yifan's participation in this program, even if he ultimately gets the opportunity to participate in Wang Zhengshu's ancient costume drama, is just to accumulate popularity. After all, it is said that the foundation of ancient costume is large. Bo Siming naturally knew what resource enthusiasts like Zhao Yifan thought, but he felt that Zhao Yifan's approach was both necessary and effective, and it was not as generous as his own. Popularity, come on. Bo Siming almost wrote the 3 words, "I want red," on his forehead. He looked left and right, looking for the camera that would increase popularity. He aimed at Gong Shi. It's her. Everyone else is registering, and Gong Shi is waiting on the side. The group performance certificate is something she carries with her every day. Gong Shi has a good habit of studying performances. In her free time, she would observe humans, see all kinds of people, remember their postures, so that she can refer to them when performing. A person in a suit walked towards Gong Shi with a smile on his face. Gong Shi instinctively replied to him. "I'm just passing by without buying a house." Bullet chat ha 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 young master, it's time for the Gong family to go bankrupt. Bo Siming was very embarrassed. He wore a very expensive outfit today, okay. This woman is really not discerning. I'm not a real estate seller. I'm also an actor. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you act as a house seller today? The bullet screen laughed wildly. Ha 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 ha. Gong Shi finally remembered that the person in front of her might have come with her. She fell asleep in the car just now and didn't pay attention. She continued to ask. You have already assigned roles. Why hasn't anyone notified me? Bo Siming suddenly felt that he couldn't communicate with her anymore and was completely not on the same channel. Bullet chat. It's not a matter of clothing, could it be a matter of human temperament? I think it's also like selling a house. Wearing this suit in this environment can easily make you look like a house seller. Don't be too strict, another person in a suit will make up 2 sellers. The barrage was still chatting when a black shadow suddenly flashed by. Wei Qinyu. Was that Wei Qinyu who just went over? That's him. His legs are even longer than my life, husband. Husband, flower heart, flower heart, flower heart. Wei Qinyu suddenly appeared, causing a commotion. He also wore a black suit today, but interestingly, he also wore a pair of gold-rimmed glasses. Who can bear this? Wei Qinyu's temperament is both righteous and evil. You can understand his attire as either a university professor or a cultured scumbag. But when he walks, he has a strong sense of confidence and prestige. Dressed in beastly attire, showing off at work. Gong Shi was also a bit stunned. She began to compare Wei Qinyu with the real estate seller in front of her, in order to come up with a solution and see if it would be helpful for acting. Why don't you also get a pair of glasses? Gong Shi said to Bo Siming. Bo Siming is really going crazy. At this moment, the only person that the barrage cares about is Wei Qinyu. What is Wei Qinyu doing here? Come and show, lick the screen, just kidding. In the lower right corner of the live broadcast room, a virtual cartoon anchor appears. It begins to introduce the process. Next, teacher Wei Qinyu will be responsible for teaching the new students in the group performance. Chapter 8. Group Performance Professor. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 9. Plays the old man, but has close contact with the male lead. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Now Wei Qinyu and Ren Shiner have gone ahead to do makeup. The two winners just now, Gong Shi and Lu Xiaolei, are facing a role dispute. There are two small characters in front of them, one female and one male, respectively. One, female, around 20 years old, maid. Two, male, around 70 years old, domestic servant. The plot is unknown. Lu Xiaolei felt a thump in her heart. How could there be a male character? She was still an old man. This was the first time she could act with Wei Qinyu. If she were to play an old man, her image in Wei Qinyu's heart would be ruined. Gong Shi, I want to choose the role of a maid. When you came, you had already played a male role, so you must have no problem playing a servant. Lu Xiaolei deliberately didn't mention the word old man and only emphasized the importance of being a servant. Unexpectedly, Gong Shi didn't hesitate for a second and agreed directly. Okay. Everyone is happy. The roles have been determined, and the two have also undergone makeup work. Let's start filming. The variety show of Ancient Costume Drama is produced by Wang Zhengxiu, who has been working with him for a long time, including the director's photography and other aspects needed in the program. The well-crafted costume design is something that Wang Zhengxiu is particularly skilled at, as he has a wealth and collaborates with top stylists in the industry. So even Lu Xiaolei's maid makeup maker can beat many female leads in small drama groups. This wave is really worth it, most trainees think so. Next, Gong Shi will appear. An old man with messy hair and blood all over his body slowly walked out of the makeup room. What plot is this going to play? Is it so exciting? Everyone should have thought that with Wang Zhengxiu's level of acting skills, the plot must be not simple. Lu Xiaolei's face is very ugly now because she has just received the script. A sentence in the script was particularly glaring and made her feel extremely uncomfortable because it was written. Young hero carrying the old man through the middle of the yard. This young hero is Wei Qinyu, and the old man is Gong Shi. That is to say, Wei Qinyu needs to carry Gong Shi through the middle of the courtyard. Lu Xiaolei suddenly wanted to slap herself. Is face that important? Wei Qinyu's shoulder feels uncomfortable leaning against it. Does Wei Qinyu's neck feel fragrant when hugged? Wei Qinyu's back. Wei Qinyu's hand. She dared not dwell on it any longer, feeling that at least her emotions were in place. Her current mood was even more worrying than the maid in the script. Gong Shi sat silently on the side, trying to find a feeling of his essence being drained. This is her habit before performing. Actors must first enter a state of selflessness, believing that they are the character they are playing, in order to make the audience feel real. Fortunately, she didn't eat anything today. When she went out, she didn't expect the schedule of the production team to be so tight. She has been hungry until now, and her whole body is a bit weak. Bo Siming happened to go out and buy some food, and gave it to the other trainees one by one. He saw an old man in ancient costume sitting in the corner and guessed it was Gong Shi, so he planned to share the food with her as well. Bo Siming approached Gong Shi and was startled. He asked in surprise. Why is there so much ink on your face? Gong Shi looked up and saw that Bo Siming was wearing sunglasses. Through the sunglasses, he saw the blood on her face as ink. Gong Shi was suffering from both boredom and stupidity, and she impatiently said. Take off your sunglasses. Bo Siming took off his sunglasses and realized that the actual situation was even more shocking. Gong Shi declined Bo Siming's food, but she remembered her feeling just now. It turned out that when she was suffering from anorexia, wanting to be alone was sincere. This is exactly the emotion that Gong Shi needs in the second plot, and she goes back to the first emotion. Everyone else finished their food and went to change into their costumes for the group performance, ready to start filming. The weather today is gloomy and the lighting is not good, but it is inexplicably suitable for filming this kind of cult scene. Here, let's give it a try first. The director beckoned everyone to start filming. Wei Chenyu appeared handsome, dressed in a blue and white robe. At first glance, it looked elegant and fresh, but the details were intricate and exquisite. The upper end of the hair is tied with a silver hair crown to form a braid, and the remaining hair naturally hangs down. The unique design of the hair crown gives off a fairy tale vibe at first glance. He walked quickly into a mansion and saw corpses everywhere. But Wei Chenyu was not panicked at all, he could see the breath emanating from being alive. Old man Gong Shi is still alive. Wei Chenyu crouched down and slowly held the old man Gong Shi in his arms. Hiss. At this moment, I don't know who took a deep breath, which affected Wei Chenyu's state. He was a bit out of action. After all, he also put himself in the role, and at this moment, there were only dead people around him. Suddenly, someone made a sound, and anyone should be vigilant. Cut. Coincidentally, this segment of the shot ends. Next, the camera position needs to be moved closer to facilitate taking photos of Wei Chenyu's face. Wei Chenyu knelt down on one knee, holding Gong Shi and waiting for the machine position and lighting adjustment to be completed. The sound of pounding chest and feet came from the crowd. No need to guess, it must be Lu Xiaolei's silent complaint of immense regret. Bullet chat. My body feels a bit uncomfortable and I left before I passed away. Lemon, 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 I can't stand it anymore. It's not the first time I've watched this kind of play. Why am I so sour? Why isn't it me in Wei Chenyu's arms? Reported sister, you didn't do anything wrong, it's all because of my nauseating jealousy. When I saw you being held by Wei Chenyu in my arms, I completely broke through my defense. I threw away my armor, sweating profusely and feeling cold all over. I collapsed on the bed, covered in a blanket, and started screaming and crying while holding onto my pillow. I called out, lying trough, lying trough, lying trough, lying trough, lying trough, while holding back tears. Tears suddenly fell out. Hurry up and shoot. What are you waiting for? I can't get through this day for a minute. 2 shots, 1 time, start. The recording was blocked and filming continued. Wei Chenyu fed Gong Shi a continuation pill, and Gong Shi had a faint consciousness. She said in a hoarse old man's voice. Help me, help me. This is all her lines. Wei Chenyu immediately carried her on his back and stood up. Cut. Bullet chat. Is there something wrong with the crew? They always get stuck in this kind of place. We need to change the camera, this is not a stage play. That's enough to prepare a few more shots, isn't it? Upstairs, you don't understand. This is called single-shot shooting, which is the style of this director. He is particularly particular about light and shadow, and single shots can ensure that each shot is the best lighting, so the resulting picture is particularly beautiful. Gong Shi was still in a state on Wei Chenyu's back. She leaned her head tightly against Wei Chenyu's shoulder and closed her eyes tightly. This is the first time she has been carried on her back since she grew up, a long-lost, warm feeling. The surroundings emit a woody fragrance, mixed with the scent of grass and soil. In the ancient courtyard, the bluestone slabs are mixed with water stains, and the flowers and trees are sparse. Xiao Gong Shi was carried on his grandfather's back, preparing to go to the market. In such a moment, she felt that time had been stretched out for so long, as if it had filled most of her life. The man who carried her on his back can only be considered a stranger, but the feeling at this moment truly belongs to her. This is probably the reason why Gong Shi likes acting. By experiencing the lives of others, she can slowly determine which ones are good and which ones are bad in her memory. Those dormant emotions will be awakened again without any preparation. Chapter 10. Dirty Things, please get off her immediately. You are listening at novelfull.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text.